Hi, I'm the Model Train Master, and today we'll be weathering a modern locomotive. So let's get rolling. A lot of the things I've done is not very modern at all, but this I'm doing some modern work because I just opened a modern layout. First, I'm gonna use my airbrush, and I got a new airbrush. In my weathering a Woodside Reefer Card video, I might have said I got some technical difficulties. This new one is made by AR. It's made by Archlux. It's really good, and I highly recommend it. It's not made for modeling, but it's really good. Now, I may see that flat coat does go a little glossy on the surface, but don't worry, it will dry very flat. It'll dry much flatter. Now, a common flat coat is Tester's Dull Coat, but I don't use that because it's lacquer based and it can chemically react with oil and enamel paint, which can cause some bad stuff to happen. And I'm currently, so I've done some modern engines before, but not as much, nothing as modern as this. Now, I just realized that I had weathered over the ditch lights, but I can probably just clean it up. And let's see here. Doesn't look too bad. So actually, I don't think I might have barely done it. Now you may see that it kind of has like a satin shine to it, but I would like it a little flatter for my weathering, and also I think the paints would like it a little flatter because acrylics definitely work best when you do a flat coat. So let's let that clear coat dry and go on to the next step. So basically, I sprayed on some paint, clear coat that had, the problem was it had a bit of white paint mixed in it from last time I painted something and accidentally sprayed some white paint on it. However, it looks pretty good. It looks very, very realistic in a way that I actually see it's a good way to simulate some very light grime. So let's go on to the paint step. So I painted the trucks and I'm going to paint the tank. Now I got a bit of paint on the wheels, and if you do, don't panic. Just spray the truck. Just spray the tank or the truck. Now, since the prototype photo has a considerable amount of, now I can see where some of the grime actually streaks off the tank. I don't know how I'm going to replicate that. However, I think I'm going to use some isopropyl alcohol on a brush to try to streak it off. So it should eat through the grime and kind of streak its way down. This is a perfect recreation. It's a perfect recreation of what happened here. So I'm going to use this technique from now on. I'm also going to do a lighter grime coat on the body of the locomotive. Since the prototype has a fair amount of grime, I would like to do some more grime on the body. Now you can see how you can actually have, yeah, that worked really good. The dust is dirt and grease. I'm going to grease it up a little more. There we go. So next I'm going to have the front done. No grime on the top really because it's not a prototypical place for the grime to go. Now what happens when you can't find a prototype fixture on the other side? Oops. So I realized I sprayed a lot of grime on the front of the locomotive. And again, people will make mistakes. Humans are humans, and humans make mistakes. So basically, if you make a mistake, don't get discouraged, and and just learn from it. It doesn't count if you make the mistake. It's what counts that you learn from the mistake and try to fix it. That looks very realistic. But you need to learn that you need to slowly build up. So like you need to kind of pull. That's a little much, in my opinion. So I need to get this. So again, I'm trying to replicate a prototype, which I don't really do that much. I kind of more. So I got it right, and we're gonna grime up the other side. It seems that I might need to open it up a little more. Yes, I need to open it up a little more. That was wrong. And now what I'm going to do, I may need to just reload onto paint. So basically I'm going to have this coat of grime. Now the heavier grime coat on the back vents, on the fuel tank, on the truck. Now the fuel tank will get a very heavy weathering and griming job. Now, yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I am super happy with the way this came out. I was going to do some oil on the locomotive. So here's what I'm going to do. I like using a Q-tip for this task, or a brush, but in this case I'm using a Q-tip, and I'm using some isopropyl alcohol to just barely get rid of some of the grime. Not too much. A little bit of grime on the wheels. And for that reason, it looks like oil has eaten through the grime and got rid of it. Which I'm going to be putting oil on. Not real oil, but, well, yes, I am going to be putting on real oil, but not in this step. I'm not going to be putting on real oil. However, I'm going to be putting some oil effects to simulate grime, and oil spills. And it's made by AK Interactive, and basically it's for military models, but any technique used by, like, for example, model railroading can be used for military models. I've even used some paints that are intended for military models. That I toned down with some black paint, or green paint, and I made Brunswick green for a little project. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to put on the grime. Oil.